Hey guys, Mr. Kenny back with video 32, plants part 3. When we talk about plants, we need to talk about the stomata, and I've mentioned it several times. Stomata, there's a picture of it down here. The stomata is this structure right here, this opening in the leaf, and it's going to allow oxygen to come out and carbon dioxide to go in, also going to exchange the water. And these cells right here, this cell here, and this cell here, these two cells are guard cells, and they actually control the opening and closing stomata. They'll actually open or close. All right. So if the plant was in a very wet environment, the stomata would probably be open. If the plant was in a desert environment, the stomata would be closed. So it's the way a plant regulates the release of water and gases. Now you need to be able to label this diagram, but there's a couple of things I want to show you. This layer right here called the palisade mesophyll. This is where chloroplast would be found. All right. Chloroplast would be found in this layer. Makes sense. This is the top of the leaf, right? This is the bottom of the leaf. So that makes sense that chloroplast would be found at the top, because that's where photosynthesis takes place. Notice where the stomata are. Here are the stomata. Has a guard cell around each one. And then something we mentioned the other day, cuticle, the waterproof part of the plant, is here. Now one last thing, xylem and phloem. Notice this. It's kind of interesting. Xylem carries water from the roots up, and phloem carries glucose from the leaves down. Even though that's true in the vascular bundle here, xylem is found above phloem. I just think that's kind of interesting. Anyway, that's a cross section of the leaf. Make sure you can label that on the diagram. All right. Next is, how do plants actually reproduce? And there's a structure of a plant. You need to be able to label these on a picture like one at the right. And let's just go through the parts. So petal is the colorful part of the flower. You know, that's the part of the flower that girls go, oh, that's really part of the flower they want to get for Valentine's Day and for birthdays and stuff like that. The sepal are the green leaves. I like to think of the sepals. If you've ever eaten a strawberry, the little green leaves that are laying over the top of the strawberry, you know, when you bite the strawberry, the little green leaves are there. That's the sepal part. If you've ever gotten a rose, there'll be the little green leaves right at the bottom of the rose petals. All right, now pistil. A pistil is the female part of the flower. It's also called the carpel. All right, it's also called the female part of the flower, but the pistil is over here. It looks kind of like a bowling pin structure, I guess. It's right here. That's the female part of the flower. Then the stamen is the male part of the flower, and that would be this entire structure here is the stamen. And then at the top of the stamen, you have what's called the anther, where pollen is made. We know pollen is just simply plant sperm. So these are the male and female parts of a plant. Now, something you should realize, what happens is, if pollen grain lands up on top of this carpel, and it actually bores a hole down till it gets to the ovary, and that's how reproduction actually occurs. The last little thing I want to talk to you about, germination. You might see this term on the OC sometime. Germination is simply when the embryo is starting to develop. Dormancy is a word we've spoken about many times. It's whenever it lays inactive for many, many months or even years during harsh environments. You know, plants do this all the time. And then the last little thing I wanted to talk to you about was really, I just want you to be able to know it in case you see it on the OC. A lot of plants go through what we call alternation of generation. They go from what's called a gametophyte form to a sporophyte form. Now, a gametophyte form, I kind of think of gametes, because our gametes are in number, or we have 23 chromosomes in our gametes. Sporophyte form is like our zygotes, and they actually have, you know, a 2N number, which in human beings would be 46, right? So the way I think of it like this is that where we might not really be humans in our gamete form, not until they combine, plants can actually live as a gametophyte, and then they can live as a sporophyte. You know, so just kind of notice for a little bit, I guess, so in case you've got some knowledge of it, in case it's shown on the OC. I don't think I'll ask you anything on the test about it, but later on when you get in AP Biology, we'll go through this in depth. Anyway, I hope this helps explain everything to you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.